So it is an A-plus matchup for the Angels and the Braves. Struck him out. Charlie Morton with 6 brilliant innings of 2-hit shutout ball. Swing, fly ball hit high in the air, deep right field. Track, wall, Braves lead. Fly ball, well hit. That ball's cranked toward left. That ball is gone. And Ohtani is human after all. Dansby's got it, and the Braves have beaten the Angels. World champion Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Truist. It's a gorgeous Saturday night in Atlanta and a packed house for Game 2 of our weekend set between the Los Angeles Angels and the surging Braves, who begin play just a game and a half behind the New York Mets in this suddenly tightening National League Eastern Division race. Welcome back to the booth, everybody. Chip Carey, Brian Jordan, Paul Berg. Great way to start the weekend last night. The Braves thumped Shohei Ohtani, getting big hits, big homers. Brian Jordan, nobody hit a bigger hit than Matt Olson, who's been red hot over the last 10 days.
Wow, Matt Olson has been crushing it. All the all-season stuff and the Freddie Freeman emotions, he is starting to turn out to be the player we expected. Early in the year, didn't get a lot of RBI opportunities, but lately, guys are on base, and he is getting it done, guys. 30 RBIs since June 21st and 52 extra base hits, most in the National League. This is the guy that we expected. He is getting it done for the Braves lately.
And let's not forget about the great pitching the Braves turned in last night. Bertie, 6 scoreless innings from Charlie Morton. For this staff in July, it's really been follow the leader.
They have been unbelievable. We talk about how balanced this Braves offense is. How about the pitching staff? Who's the ace? The correct answer, all of them. Check out the numbers in July. They have been fantastic. Spencer Strider coming into that 5 spot really solidified this rotation. Kyle Wright, his emergence has been beautiful to watch all year long. He's on the hill tonight. Charlie Morton started the year off, second half off really well last night. Follow the leader.
You win a game tonight, you win a series tonight. And that's the goal for the Braves in Game 2, as Kyle Wright's got the ball on a very special night. It's Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians night here at Truist Park. We will honor and celebrate them all night long with special guests in the booth and all around the ballpark. It's a great night for Braves baseball. We're glad you're with us. Lineup's first pitch for Atlanta and the Angels is coming up after the break.
Play ball.
That's a great way to get EBC night started here in Atlanta. Just a few clouds overhead, warm temperatures. Kyle Wright's going to bring the heat as the Braves try to win this series on a spectacular Saturday for baseball here at Truist Park. The Angels are struggling. They've lost 13 of their last 15 games, but they do have Shohei Ohtani leading off their Toyota starting lineup. He is their designated hitter. You heard Nick and Peter talk about it on Braves Live a moment ago. This is not a powerfully built offensive club. This is a team that strikes out a lot. Bertie, that might play right into the hands of Kyle Wright, who starts his second half with 11 victories.
He's also very hot lately. We talk about that curveball, how good it is. He's also got a great upper level 4-seam fastball, throws the sinker as well. And how about this, guys? Opponents hitting on the changeup 136.
So more of the same please as Kyle Wright to work on Saturday night. And we are underway. 1 ball, no strikes. 82 degrees at first pitch. And that's outside to Ohtani, who went 0 for 3 at the plate in last night's game and was spectacular on the mound through 6 until the Braves got to him in the 7th. And this one lifted high in the air toward left. Adam Duvall into the corner out near that fence. And it's a couple of rows deep and out of play. 2 balls and a strike. Kyle Wright is facing the Angels for the first time in his major league career. He's coming off a victory against the Nationals where he gave up 2 runs in 7 innings right before the All-Star break. And that's upstairs, ball 3. That was one of the keys tonight on the pregame show. Limit walks. Don't want to give these Angels any extra offensive help. They are a struggling ball club, hitting .229 as a team. This one on the ground to Matt Olson. That'll be a good start. Right to the bag, 1 out. So Wright gets Ohtani. With that in mind, Brian, what are your 4 keys for the Braves in Game 2?
Well, for Kyle Wright, just be yourself. He's been very aggressive in the strike zone, getting ahead of hitters. Don't change anything. It's worked. 11 victories for him. And then how about this offense? Lefty fun. They love hitting against lefties. Swing early. Get on the base. Put pressure on Sandoval, who's not a bad pitcher. 3.00 ERA. Just some tough luck on his offense.
This is Taylor Ward, and he takes a strike. Alan Porter, by the way, will call balls and strikes. Alan's a good ball strike umpire. Ward with 12 home runs. He was 1 for 4 in the game last night. That run a 4th inning Angels single. Little chopper to the left side. That should be handled by Riley. 2 ground ball outs for Kyle Wright. That's something to keep in mind as well. He gets a lot of ground ball outs, Paul, and a lot of double plays too.
Agree 100%. I love the curveball and the sinker that he's gone back throwing his curveball more this year. That's been a difference maker. And Chip, BJ, with this defense, my goodness, I want the ball on the ground every play if I can make it happen.
And look, Kyle Wright is a strikeout pitcher, but he's smart enough and he's grown and matured enough to know with this defense, just keep the ball down in the zone, allow them to put it on the ground, and he's going to get out after out.
Luis Rengifo is the next Angels hitter. He's their shortstop and has been their best batter over the last 3 weeks. He's got a hit in 20 of his last 22 games, so keep an eye on him. Rengifo, a switch hitter, went 1 for 3 last night. That's cracked toward right center. Harris on his horse. He is on the track, and he's got it, and that will retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. Good start for Kyle Wright. Here come the Braves at home in Game 2. Them all night tonight. Chief Richard Sneed will join us in the 3rd inning tonight to talk about tonight's events. Always a special treat here at Truist Park. It's always a special treat to see this offense go to work. The Braves Toyota starting lineup has brought the Braves ball club to within a game and a half of first place. The Braves have won 34 of their last 45 games. Their best such run in over a decade for Brian Snitker. And they'll face a left-hander, Patrick Sandoval. And guys, when a lefty's on the mound, that usually means good things.
No, you got it. But this guy's been really good. His changeup, you see the whiff rate on that changeup. He'll go to that when he's ahead in the count. It is the best changeup in the game, I am told, from their side. Our offense has been pretty good. I like the matchup, BJ.
I like the matchup also, but you got to wait on that fastball. Don't chase that changeup out of the zone. Get in the hitter's count. If he throws you that fastball, guys have a lot of success against that.
So his first pitch is down and in, and Ronald Acuna Jr.'s night is underway. Ronald is looking for his first hit in the series tonight. No swing. It's 2-0. Ronald seemingly is the last offensive piece that the Braves are hoping to get going.
Yeah, he has been struggling, and I tell a lot of people, man, you have a major injury like he has, the mental side is the toughest thing.
That's a good way to start. A bullet off the third baseman Villar's glove, and Ronald's going to hustle down the line and make it to second standing up. 107 off the bat, and Villar fortunate to get leather on that.
And just as I was saying, he's going to get it going. I mean, it's a mental thing for him right now. He's not the same player like any young kid would hope to be as soon as you come back. So he's struggling a little bit, but that's what I love to see out of him. Turn on that inside pitch. He's been missing that pitch lately. That's a great sign.
You said he was going to get going.
Yep.
I didn't know it was like 5 seconds later, but he was going to get going. That was nice.
Dansby Swanson is up next in a game that saw the Braves hit so many homers last night, and they hit 3 of them. You could make the case that a base on balls was the biggest offensive sequence of the game.
That was a great at bat last night. 3-2 count. He laid off the nasty slider away. Got on base, distracted Ohtani, and he made the big mistake to Matt Olson, who did not miss that inside fastball up in the zone.
Kurt Suzuki and Patrick Sandoval have to make sure they're on the same page with the pitch sequencing cards. Great to see Kurt back in Atlanta. We'll talk about his run as a Brave when he bats tonight. And off speed, misses outside. Ball 1.
Already you see the strategy for the hitters. Be patient. Don't chase. Make him throw that fastball for a strike. Take advantage of it.
Good rip at that one, foul. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I don't think he'll get away with that again. Sandoval opponents off his 4-seam fastball, they hit .415. Only 3 strikeouts, and as we know, Dansby Swanson loves fastballs.
They're keeping Acuna close at second, and Dansby bounces that one foul. And a ball and 2 strikes. This is Sandoval's 16th start. Here's an oddity. This is only the 5th time he's pitched under the lights. Almost all of his starts have been in day games. And when he pitches at night, he's been a lot more effective. We'll see if that's the case here in game 2. He's in first inning soup with Acuna at second base and nobody out.
BJ, I know most hitters would tell you they see the ball better in day games. Were you the same way?
Yes.
Why is that?
I don't know. The bright skies, the bright light, not lights, but the bright skies. I mean, just waking up early. I don't know. You have more energy. I did anyway.
In the dirt, full count.
Another excellent at bat. Being patient. Now he's going to get his pitch to hit right here.
One of last night's heroes, Matt Olson, waits next. Again, Matt has most of the offensive experience against the Angels lefty. Into shallow right field, down for a hit. Late break for Ronald. He's around third. He's going to score without a throw. Back-to-back hits, and the Braves strike for a first inning run. RBI number 54 for Dansby Swanson.
Just another good at bat by Dansby. Getting the count, laying off some tough pitches out of the zone. Gets the ball up. And this is when he's at his best with runners in scoring position. 30 RBIs with 2 strikes. Got his hands in. Didn't try to do too much. Take the base hit. RBI. He has been unbelievable this year at that.
And when the Braves score first, they've won 42 of 49 games when that's happened. So an excellent start. Here is Matt Olson.
And by the way, 30 RBIs with 2 strikes by Dansby leads Major League Baseball.
What a job he has done since moving to the number 2 spot.
Remember in April when he struck out every other time and couldn't hit the slider and really struggling? I don't know that I've seen such a turnaround so quickly. All-star game, incredible defense. What a difference maker.
Yep.
Good lead at first. The pitch. Swing and a miss for Matt Olson, who electrified this crowd last night. You talk about a great modern day pitchers duel with Morton and Ohtani. Matt Olson, who had seen Shohei more than any other Braves hitter, hit one of the most dramatic home runs of the season to break open the game for the Braves last night. And that foul back, and here is that homer, our All-State mayhem moment of last night's game.
Look, Shohei was paying attention to Dansby, and he made his first mistake of the game. Got a fastball up in the zone and in, and Matt Olson was not late on it. Big home run for Matt.
I mean, that was really the only mistake Ohtani had made in the game to that point. And Olson made him pay. And that one is cued foul, and Matt stays alive. I mean, Brian Snitker, who's so honest, said, look, it was looking kind of bleak offensively. He didn't know if anybody was going to score in that game last night. The pitching was so good. But after Olson's home run, 3 straight singles, a fly out, and then Orlando Arcia was a heroic hitter with a 3-run bomb, and then the rout was on. The Braves went on to beat Ohtani and the Angels 8-1 last night. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but that kind of felt like one of those circle the calendar dates on a team's schedule. You have a guy like Ohtani, who's one of the great players of his generation, riding a 6-game winning streak, and the Braves just battered him in that 6th inning, or 7th inning, I beg your pardon.
Shout out to the Braves fans as well. Excuse me, Chip. Talking to the Angels today, they were really impressed with the crowd, how loud everything was. It feels like all the fans are on top of you. That 7th inning was electric.
Good lead for Dansby. Leaning. The pitch is a strike 3 call, and Olson is the first out of the game for the Braves. 1 on, 1 in, 1 out, and Austin Riley is your hitter.
Well, you can tell Matt Olson was looking for something else, not that fastball down in the zone. Good pitch by Sandoval.
And now he runs into a red-hot hitter. A career-high 14-game hitting streak is working for Austin Riley, who's up to 27 home runs. And he has killed left-handed pitching all year.
Well, that's you're flirting with the balk right there.
That was close, wasn't it? Speaking of hot hitting Raleigh, 708 slugging percentage versus left-hand pitching, 2nd in Major League Baseball.
And hitting .315 against them. And it's going to improve with that shot into center field. Dansby cuts the bag at second. He's going to chug to third. Man, has the Braves base running been good too. They have gone first to third relentlessly this summer. And Riley has a 15-game hitting streak, and runners at the corners now with 1 out.
And that's so important. You know, that's why you're a world champion, defending world champions, being so aggressive on the base pass, putting yourself in scoring position all the time. As soon as that ball was hit, Dansby was gone. He was looking third base all the way.
He cut second base like it wasn't even there.
And that's knowing the game too. You hit the ball in the gap, you want to keep the double play in order as outfielder, so it's almost a free base, guys.
So the 15-game hitting streak for Austin is the longest active hitting streak in all of Major League Baseball. And now it sets up for Travis d'Arnaud, who with a fly ball could add on a second Braves run. Long first inning for the Atlanta hitters.
Boy, I want to see d'Arnaud just hit one right at the second baseman that's not there. And early in the year, he was so good at that. That's how he started getting hot. He was just slapping the ball the other way, just working on his timing. And then he took off with the long ball. 11 home runs on the season.
Fought that off to stay alive. It's 0-2.
There's that good changeup from Sandoval. You see d'Arnaud Had a little trouble staying back, flared at it. And a good changeup right outside the plate. If you've already committed your swing, if you just foul it off, that's a win.
Dansby scored a run in 5 straight games. He'd like to make it 6 games in a row here in the opening inning. He's 90 feet away.
Well, these Braves hitters are making Sandoval work in this first inning. Up to 21 pitches already. Just fouling off those tough pitches. That has to be frustrating for you guys, Paul, out there on the mound.
I'll make a good quality slider pitch and you foul it off. Yeah, that's super frustrating. I know it's only a matter of time before I'm going to hang one.
So again, an 0-2 pitch for the Braves catcher. And it's on the ground to VR. Second base for 1. Bad throw. They can't complete the turn, and a run is in. VR's throw pulled Stefanik off the bag. Awkward timing. His footwork didn't look all that good, and the Braves get a gift wrap run. Dansby scores. It's 2-0.
Yeah, threw that out in front instead of to the chest. It's a tough play for anybody at second base. Great hustle by Austin Riley, though. He got down to second base pretty quick.
You could see Sandoval's frustration in that. He thought he had a double play and threw the baseball off in disgust. You can't show up your infielders when they make a mistake. You got to back them.
On the ground to Stefanik this time, and he'll make the toss to first in time. And that'll retire the side. The Braves get 2 runs on 3 first inning hits. Good start. Atlanta 2, Angels nothing.
To the second, and in speaking to Kyle yesterday about his second half campaign, he said, you know, I really feel like I'm in a good spot. I just want to build on what I did in the first half, stay consistent, good outing after good outing, make all my starts for the rest of the season. And as far as facing a lineup with guys, you know, he hasn't seen all that much, he said, I got to keep it simple, really just play to my strengths. Trust Travis behind the plate. And Bertie, I thought you would find this interesting, and I'd like for you to expand on what Brian Snitker said when asked about how Kyle can kind of match what he did in the first half. He said, I really just need him to not try to do anything more than what he did in the first half. And I think that that can be understated, how it sounds so simple, but I think for guys, sometimes especially younger pitchers, right, they feel like they have to adjust something or just do something a little bit different than what they did to keep up. And that's exactly what Snit doesn't want Kyle Wright to do here. Just stay doing what he's been doing, right?
You're absolutely right. And as a young pitcher, sometimes that's true. You're trying to work on a pitch. You want to get better, trying to establish yourself, which he is doing right now, not just as an okay major league pitcher, but as an ace. And so, yes, continue to do what you're doing. Make the hitters adjust. If they adjust and you start to struggle, then you change.
Well, he certainly pitched like an ace all year long, tied for first in wins in the National League. Only Justin Verlander has more in all of Major League Baseball than Kyle Wright.
And another thing that I noticed of Kyle Wright today.
That ball by Jared Walsh is walloped toward the Braves bullpen, and that's going to bounce into it. And the former Georgia Bulldog has the first Angels hit of the game, a leadoff second inning double.
Well, the thing that I was talking about Kyle Wright is today I noticed he's not getting ahead of the hitters in that first inning, where every game he's pitched this year, he's been working ahead. And we saw Washington jump on him early. So already he made an adjustment today, because I know these hitters were up there thinking, I'm swinging at that first pitch. Now he throws an off-speed pitch, misses the fastball. And he's done a great job bouncing back, getting the ground balls.
Jonathan VR was the lone Angel to touch the plate last night. He hit his first home run. since coming over from the Cubs. That led off the 9th inning. And if you missed the game last night, Villar is getting the starts at third base because the Angels are without Anthony Rendon.
And how about the Angels last night with men on base? 1 for 11.
That's how you go 2-13.
Yes.
Which is what they've done over their last 15 games. Remember, at one point this was an Angels team that was in first place in the American League West. Phil Nevin took over when Joe Maddon was relieved of his duties, and things have not improved. They're 12-37 since May 25th. One ball, 2 strikes for switch hitting Jonathan Villar.
.90-mile-an-hour changeup right there, Paul.
With action.
That's scary.
As our game progresses tonight, we'll keep you updated on the Mets and the Padres. San Diego beat Max Scherzer behind Yu Darvish last night, so they play game 2 up in New York. That one's scoreless. Here it's the Braves leading 2-0. Mets and Braves separated by only a game and a half in the National League East.
See how that pitch comes and runs off the plate. Good two-seamer at 97. Few people can get that kind of movement on a fastball that hard. But one of the reasons his changeup has been so effective this year is because it's the same look and spin as that two-seamer. So when a hitter reads that and they go to swing and they figure out it's a changeup, it's too late.
But he hasn't dialed it in yet. 18 pitches, 9 balls, 9 strikes. Walsh at second after a leadoff double. And that one chopped toward third. Riley's throw to first, and good base running by Walsh. And he advances on that little chopper. Runner at third with 1 out. So let's see if Kyle Wright can find a way to keep the Angels off the scoreboard here. He's done that a lot to his other opponents in July. That's our Who's Hot feature, brought to you by Texas Pete.
Well, if you want to make things work, go strike 1. You get ahead in the count. Everything else is more effective when you're ahead in the count as a pitcher. Innings pitched per start, very good. And how about that opponent's average you heard BJ talking about with runners in scoring position? A lot of the Braves pitchers have done this year. Fantastic.
Wow, you sound like Leo Mazzoni.
That was our pitcher meetings.
First pitch strike.
So Dylan Thomas becomes the key man in the inning. Runner at third, 1 out. Kyle 2 out of 6 in throwing strike 1 so far in tonight's game.
It's another young guy in this Angel lineup getting an opportunity. Just called up yesterday. How about that? Right out of All-Star break, you get the call.
Now you're in a big situation in the second. Braves have the infield back. They're conceding the run with 1 out.
You're sitting there as a hitter saying, oh, this is an easy RBI. Just put the ball in play. And that's when you're walking back to the bench saying, dang, dang, dang.
You're saying, man, hitting is hard.
So a big pitch for Kyle Wright here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that's popped back into this sellout crowd. This is also a special night. The Braves will go over 2 million in attendance. This is their 53rd home game.
Just through the heater. I'd love to see that big curve right here. Go for the strikeout. 1-2.
Got him. Thomas strikes out. First of those for Kyle Wright, and 2 men are down.
Good call right there, Paul.
Yeah, fastball before set this up, and then you have fastball spin. Wow, that's sharp, and look at it. It's late.
This is the guy I don't want to see at the plate, though. Kurt Suzuki. Boy, he had some big hits for the Braves.
31 home runs as a member of the Braves in 2017 and 18 when he paired with Tyler Flowers behind the plate. This guy's had a great career. But he swings the first pitch and pops it up. Kyle Wright's going to pitch out of a leadoff double situation and preserves a 2-0 lead. Nice job, Kyle. Lower third coming up for the Braves, who look to add on here in the second. The Indians night tonight at Truist Park. All kinds of vendors outside the ballpark offering gorgeous handmade Indian wares, art exhibits, cultural exhibits. Just a wonderful gesture by the Braves organization and our friends from Cherokee, North Carolina, who are here tonight. And in the Cherokee language, home run. That's how it's spelled. I won't try to pronounce it. We're going to get Brian and Paul to do that a little later. And we put that up because Marcell Ozuna hit a home run here last night. And he's our Georgia Natural Gas Impact player as a result of that.
Boy, I felt good about that home run last night by Ozuna. Hadn't hit one since, I think it was June 6th, I thought. But came through big, hitting his 18th home run last night. And he's been streaky all year, so hopefully he'll get that hot streak going.
Metrics have played such a big role in Major League Baseball. Ozuna is hitting the ball on the barrel, but isn't hitting with an awful lot of luck. There's apparently a 40-point gap between what his current batting average is and what his batting average is supposed to be because of that hard contact. Is that something a hitter thinks about, Brian? Is that something you even worry about?
You don't worry about it. I mean, every time you go up to the plate, you want to barrel up a ball. I mean, whether it finds a hole, gets you a hit, you feel good about yourself because you're barreling up the ball. Eventually, those balls are going to find holes and get over the wall. And that's well, Ozuna's still swinging hard and hoping for the best.
So he is hitting 222. But if you believe the metrics, he should be hitting 262 at the plate for the Braves. As that's off the plate, 2 balls, 2 strikes. With all of that bad luck, he has hit 18 home runs this year for the Braves.
I think that lets you know you don't change anything. If you're squaring up the baseball and you have good exit velo, why make a switch?
Swing and a miss that time. Ozuna's down on strikes. That's the second strikeout for Sandoval. But that's something that Troy Glaus used to say, a former Angel and a former Brave. At the point of contact, I'm a producer, not a director, meaning I hit the ball hard, and wherever it goes, it goes.
Yep.
And you live or die with the outcome of that play. But I think that's a great statistic for even the casual fan to look beyond just the batting average and say, is the hitter actually making any kind of contact, and is it hard contact? And Ozuna has done a lot more of that than the batting average standard wise would indicate. Here's Orlando Arcia. Big home run for him last night. And how about the job he did? Remember, Robbie Cano checked out of the game in the 3rd inning due to dizziness before he swung the bat. And Orlando steps in. Oh yeah, by the way, it's Shohei Ohtani. And then later on hit that big home run.
Yeah, that's a tough situation to come into last night. Not getting a start. The next thing you know, you're facing Ohtani in the 2nd inning. But you got to love what he did. He struck out twice, but when it counted most, he got Ohtani. 3-1 bomb, curveball.
And now back-to-back strikeouts for Sandoval, 2 outs. And it's lefty-lefty for Michael Harris, the Braves' 9th place hitter. Michael had a hit last night. Another thing that was fun about the game for the Braves, who scored 8 runs, 8 different players scored a run last night. And Michael was one of them in the 7-run Braves 7th. Braves got 2 first-inning runs. A leadoff double by Acuna. Swanson brought him home with a single. Travis d'Arnaud hit a ground ball that the Angels could not turn into an inning-ending double play. That scored Dansby. And that's where we stand here in the 2nd inning.
I love watching this kid, the adjustments that he makes, and he looks forward to facing the best pitchers in the league. He was so excited to face Ohtani last night. Yeah, it's a tough couple of bats first, but he did squeak out a hit and scored a run.
Which has been in keeping with the way Michael has swung the bat for the Braves this year. When he gets in at bat the first time through the order, struggles batting average wise. Second time through, average goes up about 100 points. Third time through, it goes even further higher, which is what happened to Harris last evening. He got his single in his 3rd trip to the plate.
You got to remember, he's learning on the job right now.
And he's learning well. There's a 2-strike missile, a 2-out hit. 4 hits for Atlanta, and Harris has his 2nd hit of the series, and that'll bring Ronald up with a man aboard.
So impressed with this kid, man. Wow, he throws a slider here. Did not miss it. That's a bullet to right field. He just stays back so well. And when he's going good, he trusts his hands. He allows the ball to get deep, and then he just turns on it. But when he's struggling, he's chasing out of the zone, really antsy at the plate. But he's young. He's going to go through those periods.
As a pitcher, when I see a young guy come up, they usually haven't seen the quality sliders or breaking balls that you're going to see up here. They got here by hitting a fastball. That's one of the first things you go to test him. He's answered that call many times.
And he's been so good against left-handers. You know, lefty on lefty. He's been taking notes from Matt Olson, who loves hitting against lefties.
So Michael with a 4-game hitting streak now. He's at first with 2 outs. Sandoval piling up the pitches. He's approaching 40 of them already in the game.
Ronald Acuna, good swing, his first at bat on an inside pitch, a pitch that he's been struggling with lately.
But the Braves have not been struggling against left-handed pitching. They've beaten a lefty 18 of the last 21 games started by an opposing southpaw, and they're off to a good start tonight. And they've got another one facing us tomorrow. Reed Detmers will pitch against Ian Anderson in the quick homestand wrap-up. Then we're off to Philadelphia for a 3-game set with the Phillies.
Harris will mess with the pitcher. He'll lean a little bit. One of the signs of a runner going. Sometimes he doesn't. And he'll start to lean that shoulder, BJ. And when I see that as a pitcher, as a lefty.
And you see Sandoval rushing to the plate.
Yeah, you want to go quick.
Yep, trying to speed up and lose his command.
You can understand that concern. Harris is 10 for 10 in stolen bases. Doubt he's running with Acuna here, but let's see. Nope. He'll be going now with a 3-2 count.
Acuna was guessing fastball there. That was a nasty changeup. You would think he'd get a fastball here, but I'm not sure. It's Ronald Acuna. Might be scared to throw that fastball down the middle.
Yeah, I would guess change based on that last swing.
The 3-2. Time was called. Late timeout was called by Alan Porter.
And that was a 93-mile-an-hour fastball right there, man. That was the pitch, Paul. Now he's not going to get that pitch again. You think he's coming back with it?
Oh, goodness. I'm really surprised he didn't throw a changeup. Most of the time, if you throw a 2-2 pitch, whatever it is, and the hitter looks weak or takes a feeble swing, you come back with that pitch. That's a general rule. Sandoval went back to the fastball. Now all bets are off. I do know he's frustrated.
Runner goes, and the pitch is high, and the Braves have a 2-out threat. First walk for Sandoval. Acuna's aboard for the second time in the game, and that brings up Dansby, who singled to right and scored the first Braves run.
Dansby, he's been so good in these situations all year long.
And boys, he's been good on his home turf. That's our Zaxby's indescribably good play.
Scored 22 runs, guys. 350 average. He has been fun to watch, especially in these situations, getting it done.
321 with RISP in his last 30 games here at Truist Park. And hitting an astounding 344 against left-handed pitching. All of that factors in here for the Braves, who have a chance to add on to a 2-0 lead.
And he's so patient. He's not afraid to hit with 2 strikes. A lot of hitters don't want to get to that 2 strikes with runners in scoring position.
Don't often see Dansby question a home plate umpire's call. Borderline pitch. Sandoval got it. And now Swanson has some heavy lifting, down 0-2.
Sandoval wants that ball. Give it to me, and I want to throw.
2 on, 2 out. Suzuki tried to steal a strike. It's 1-2.
It's another good at bat by Dansby Swanson.
Reminiscent of the walk he earned against Ohtani in the 7th inning.
Yep.
And to your point, he doesn't panic when he gets to 2 strikes. He's got it even now at 2-2. High fly ball hit to right. Thomas going back. He's on the warning track, and he has just enough room, and that will retire the side. The Braves threaten and lead after 2. 2-0 Braves.
Connection between our high school athletes and sharing the name with the Atlanta Braves is very exciting for them.
Our people aren't really recognized for who we are anymore. We're just Native Americans to people away from here. But I mean, once we get our name out there and everybody's like, oh yeah, the Lady Braves, the Braves, yeah, we know who they are.
And we know who this fine gentleman is. Principal Chief Richard Sneed of the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians, making his annual visit to Truist Park. Man, what a great night. It's so great to see you again.
Great to see you as well. It's a great night.
And before we get things started, congratulations. A newlywed, huh?
Yes, 6 months yesterday. So.
And you're still smiling. Way to go.
Yes. Happy wife, happy life.
Well, tell us about this night. This is a special night for the Braves, for us at Valley Sports, and certainly for you and your people coming from Cherokee, North Carolina. It's great to see everybody again.
Indeed. Yeah. I mean, the relationship with the team has been amazing, and the opportunity not only for our citizens to come from Cherokee to come and to experience a day at Truist Park with the Atlanta Braves, but also an opportunity for us to showcase our heritage, our culture, our language, and it's just been great how the team's been able to incorporate that into the entire day.
We saw some of that on that video we just showed. Tell us more, and for the fans who aren't familiar with the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians, what's that all about?
Sure. So we are the descendants of those Cherokees that resisted removal after President Andrew Jackson signed the Indian Removal Act in 1838. There were 1,100 Cherokees that resisted, and we hung around, a lot of political strategy happening and a lot of just grit and tenacity. And today there are 16,000 plus Eastern Band members in Cherokee, North Carolina.
And all Braves fans, right?
And all Braves fans.
We wouldn't have that any other way.
Well, Chief, tell us how the partnership started between the Braves.
Well, first it was more corporate than anything else. Obviously, you know, we own 2 casinos and we are proud sponsors of the Atlanta Braves. But a few years back, Derek Schiller reached out to me. You know, anytime there's a little bit of turmoil in public relations, especially in the world in which we live in today, he reached out and said, look, the team wants to know more about Eastern Band, more about your culture, more about your history. And I was like, well, how much time do you have? And so he made a trip up to North Carolina. We had a great time with our Historic Preservation Office, did a great presentation. And we just, the partnership became a new partnership at that time because it became based more on relationship between people and less about the corporate part. The corporate part's important, but I think baseball and our culture, it's all about relationship and about people.
Michael Stefanik rolls out. 2 quick outs here in the 3rd inning. Shohei Ohtani is going to be the hitter. Speaking of the cultural activities, this is kind of like our production meeting before the game. We've got the stickball game. Brian's hitting everybody over the head. But just so wonderful to see everybody having a great time.
Indeed, and it's great to see our young people out there with the doing stickball and then some of the traditional dances. It's a great opportunity for the Atlanta community to be exposed to the traditions and the culture of the Cherokee, which we were all the way in North Georgia, 7 states. It was literally an empire.
Chief, I got a 2-part question for you. How big is baseball in your community?
Not as big as softball and not as big as football.
There you go. That was my next one. I know baseball, yes, that's great, but football, that's what I talk about.
So yeah, so we're really proud of our guys. Back in 17, they won the first state championship, 1A state championship that the Cherokees have ever won. Basketball is big in Indian country, just across the board in Indian country. And so way back, I think it was 95, our girls won a state championship then. Those are really kind of number 1 and number 2 in Indian country.
Well, you know, I played professional baseball and football, but basketball was my favorite. So next time I come to Cherokee, I want to hook up with some of your players and let's go.
This guy sometime.
I'll let you dunk on me. I'll let you.
Shohei Ohtani with a base hit on 2 strikes with 2 outs, and he will stand at first base with the 2nd Angels hit. You guys have a November event coming up here at Truist Park. Tell us more about that.
Right, so that's it's a Heritage Day. We did one last year. There was a stickball display on the field, which is our game is a traditional game, Little Brother of War. It was used to settle disputes amongst clans rather than going to war and actually killing one another. It's a pretty brutal game. It's still played by other tribes, Choctaw Creek and the Cherokees out in Oklahoma. Their version is a lot more civilized. Ours is brutal. Ours is brutal. So it was that. We had there'll be traditional dances, there'll be craft vendors and so forth. It's just, again, a great opportunity. We're very grateful for the opportunity from the organization.
The stickball game looked like lacrosse and rugby.
Yeah,
combined.
exactly.
Sure.
Football, there's a couple tackles going on out there.
We had to hold Brian back when we showed the stickball highlights as Taylor Ward bats with a runner at first and 2 men out. Braves lead 2-0. Visiting with Chief Richard Sneed, the principal chief of the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians. As this relationship has developed between your people and the Braves, are you seeing more awareness, more outreach, not just with the Braves organization, but fans of the Braves ball club?
Yeah, without a doubt. And I think what's really amazing is the opportunity that the Braves organization has made for a platform to really to educate the American public on issues facing Indian country. There's been a lot of there's been several Supreme Court decisions that have come down lately that have not really been good for Indian country, and most of America really is unaware of how this impacts tribes across the nation. There's 574 federally recognized tribes now. now. And I tell people all the time, I said there's a subculture in this country called Indian country that was the dominant country in North America, and we're still here, and we're still alive and vibrant, and we'll be here for thousands more.
How hard is that to beat that drum message, if you will, to talk about that subculture aspect that you just mentioned?
Well, I think more than anything else, it's relationships like we have with the Braves that give us an opportunity and a platform for a national message to be heard, as opposed to one single tribe or one tribal leader trying to reach out. We're really at the mercy of the media at that point. So having the relationship that we have with the team, the opportunity to bring that message not only to the fans but to the people of Atlanta, and having a national platform has just been amazing.
Luis Rengifo is the hitter. He bats with 2 on and 2 out. Back-to-back hits by Ohtani and Taylor Ward here. Rengifo takes a strike. There was a defensive change for the Braves at the start of this inning. Guillermo Heredia has checked into play left field. Adam Duvall had to come out due to left wrist soreness. Duvall did have an at-bat. He grounded out in the Braves' 2-run first inning. Little ground ball to Matt Olson. He's got that. The flip to first will take care of the Angels. Chief Snead, it's always a pleasure to help.
Indeed.
And welcome you back. Hope to see you next year. And
appreciate it.
Many years of wedded bliss too.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Good to see you
too. Thank you.
That's inside Monument Garden here at Truist Park. That is Henry Aaron's jersey with the Cherokee script, and that is in honor of Chief Richard Snead, who is just here, presented on July 3rd of 2020.
Wow, that's special.
So great night, great start to this ball game as the Braves lead 2-0. Matt Olson will go to work first. Olson, Riley, and d'Arnaud, the trio for the Braves in this third inning. Matt Olson struck out his first time up. He's trying to extend a 7-game hitting streak. He also has a 7-game RBI streak for the Braves, and that one is just foul.
Tell you what, this offense has done a great job against Sandoval, making him pitch up to 50 pitches right now.
Well, this has been the scouting report for this young man, talking with Victor Rojas and his assistant Walker DeBoard of the Angels broadcast team. This guy has always shown great promise, great stuff, but has to work so hard to get through 5 innings. Here he is, guys, up to 51 pitches, and he doesn't yet have an out in the 3rd inning.
It's tough when your changeup is your out pitch, because a lot of times it's a foul ball, it's another foul ball, it's a pop-up. You almost need that good put away slider or curve, something like that, to get the guys out. So, you know, a changeup is a contact pitch, and that is his best pitch. That's his go-to pitch. Hitters know that. And like we saw from d'Arnaud and inning ago, you just foul it off, and that's the high pitch count there.
Olson is down on strikes. That is out number 1. 4 strikeouts for Sandoval. That brings up Austin Riley, who is our Chick-fil-A game nugget. He has already extended his hitting streak tonight.
Wow, he's just been terrific, guys. I love this guy. He continues to get better. After a phenomenal year last year, he started out slow. Everybody was questioning what he can do. Look at the numbers. He is right back to that player's last year.
He always hits fastballs well. The biggest difference for me this year from last year is ability to hit breaking balls. Recognize the slider, recognize the curve, not just hit it, but not chase the really good ones and wait for the hanger.
Last year, Austin Riley hit 21 homers after the All-Star break. If he does that this year, he'll finish with 48. I think we'd all take that, wouldn't we?
Yes,
I would.
And I would take an MVP right with it.
He is definitely in that conversation for the Braves, who lead 2-0 on 4 hits.
Now that's surprising right there. Change up in to a right-hander. And that was the perfect pitch to turn on. Austin was not expecting a change up in.
That's into the Angels dugout. Somebody took a tumble on the steps.
That's the bat boy.
Heart rate through the roof right now.
His mom will talk about him when he gets home. That's for sure.
Phil Nevin's not giving him any grief at all about that tumble, is he? The 2-2 pitch is lined into left field. He is hotter than the Georgia asphalt.
Wow.
Riley with a 2-hit game.
As a pitcher, you got to be frustrated. He made some great pitches, and he still gets hit. Wow. That changeup away. And Austin so strong, able to turn that pitch around.
A lot of people have been fooled on that changeup tonight. Riley stayed back, recognized it, saw it, struck it perfectly.
So d'Arnaud, the batter, he rolled out his first time up, but the Angels couldn't turn and around the horn double play. And Atlanta got its second run as a result. So d'Arnaud now up to 39 runs batted in.
I think for a guy like Sandoval as a hitter, I'm saying he's not going to throw me that four-seamer as much. So I'm looking off speed. That's why right there you see d'Arnaud late on that 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
There's nothing wrong with his arm, Mr. Sandoval. He's already up to 60 high-stress pitches, and knowing the struggles of his offense, he has to feel like every pitch is Game 7 of the World Series type pressure.
Exactly. I mean, you look at his record, 3-5, but the ERA is he's in every ball game.
But for the Angels, in their last 15 games, they've won 2 of them. The only pitcher to win, Shohei Ohtani, who lost last night. That's tough. 3 times through your rotation, and only one guy wins for you.
And the crazy thing is, not only did he pitch it, Jim, he won it with his bat.
So Phil Nevin has his hands full for the injured Angels, who are without Mike Trout. Among others, the pitch. Good cut. It's still 1-2.
Well, that four-seamer was up to 93.5. That might have been his fastest four-seamer of the night.
That's it. I mean, this guy is really good. He's starting out second after the All-Star break for a reason. 3 ERA coming into this game. Just hasn't got run support, but he's a very good pitcher. I like the mix. Yeah, I think, you know, I'd like to see him throw 7 or 8 innings each time out, but again, needs an out pitch. But he's still very, very good here, and I think you're just seeing a good Braves team who can foul off pitches and who can score runs. And look, it doesn't get any tougher than Ohtani last night, and we knocked him out of the game in the 7th. Braves are hot.
Riley at first with 1 out.
What a battle by d'Arnaud right here. Which brings me to this point, guys. Our Atlanta catchers, 21 home runs, 60 RBIs between them. That leads Major League Baseball at catching position. That's a luxury for Brian Snitker.
Figure to see Contreras in harness tomorrow, day game after the night game. We'll see how it plays out as the Braves try to add to their 2-0 lead. Scorched up the middle. A 7-pitch at bat, and d'Arnaud has a single. Riley stops at second, and now Guillermo Heredia is coming up.
Wow, that's what d'Arnaud did at the beginning of the year. Just shorten up, just get the head of the bat on the ball.
There's no drill you can do as a pitcher to prepare for that. We used to get up against the wall. They would hit the Incrediballs sometimes with the tennis racket and just rifle the ball at you. But you get in that game situation, one comes back 100 plus, it's just all central nervous system and getting out of the way.
Well, here's a number for you. With the DH in place and with the return of Eddie Rosario and a lineup that has really been 1 through 9 the same every game, this is the first at bat for Guillermo Heredia since July the 2nd.
Yeah. And it has to be frustrating for him. He's just an energy ball in that dugout, getting guys pumped up, keeping them pumped up. And
rifled into right center field, but caught. What a catch. Thomas with a sprawling grab took away a base hit and maybe more. If that falls, the Braves get a run. But Dylan Thomas with a sprawling grab robs Guillermo, and that is out number 2.
Wow, excellent play there by Dylan Thomas. At first I thought that was surely a hit, but that's laying out for your team there. Young kid comes up yesterday on the call. Man, I feel bad for Heredia.
But hey, good approach.
Yeah.
Made solid contact. Not bad for a guy that hasn't swung the bat in a big league game in 3 weeks to the day.
Best hype man in the game.
Yes, he is.
So here is Ozuna, 2 on, now 2 out. There's that changeup. It was a beauty.
Wow, Paul, if I'm a hitter, I'm looking for that changeup up in the zone and not missing it. Surprise Ozuna, who loves that pitch inside, did not swing at that pitch.
What a job for the Braves offense. They will see the 70th pitch of the game. We're in the 3rd. And Marcel down to his last strike. Fans have the wave going. It's a packed house at Truist Park. The Braves got 2 first-inning runs. If you're just joining us now, Kyle Wright has 3 shutout innings with a couple of strikeouts. And now Ozuna awaits a 1-2 count.
Wow, how did he get a piece of that pitch right there? That's a slide on his back leg. I'm quite sure Sandoval's saying the same thing. It's just not my night.
Well, a couple more runs, he'd really feel that way. Riley and d'Arnaud lead at 2nd and 1st, and the 1-2 pitch. Scorched into left field. There's a base hit. Here comes Riley around 3rd. They will wave him. Throw cut off. 2-out hit for Ozuna. It's 3-0 Braves.
Not only can Austin Riley get base hits, but he can run the bases well. 2 outs. Ozuna, as soon as he made contact, Riley was taken off. Good piece of hitting right here by Ozuna. Change up away, almost exactly like Austin Riley. The same swing, pulling that change up away, back down the left field side. Austin Riley, easy RBI.
And the 3rd 2-strike hit for the Braves in this inning. They have 5 of those among their 7 total hits. Man, have those been big for the Braves. 2-strike hits, 2-out hits. And it's continued tonight.
Sandoval up to 73 pitches after 3.
Arcia struck out his first time up.
Can it get any worse for Phil Nevin when your starter is up to 74 pitches in 3 innings?
Yeah, this is tough. Last night we saw Arcia with the big home run, and I was talking to Nevin earlier. He was going to take Ohtani out after facing Rosario, and Rosario got his base hit. Ozuna came up, and then you had Arcia following him. He said, you know, he looked so good against Arcia, and Ohtani looked at him and asked to stay in.
There it is.
So that's why he left him in. And he said, you know, my best guy's on the mound. I mean, he's a true #1. So, of course, he regrets that today. But in that moment, he felt like it was the right decision, and his pitcher wanted to stay in.
And Arcia in that situation,
yeah,
men on, was looking for that slider first pitch, and he did not miss it. After striking out twice on that slider.
So the meeting with Matt Wise, the Angels pitching coach, is over. Arcia way ahead 2-0.
Good take there by Arcia.
It is rather unconventional. You do have a base open. It's third base and a young left-handed hitter up in the on-deck circle, and Michael Harris. Let's see what he does. 3 balls, no strikes. There's your answer. A bad miss, and the bases are loaded. Second walk.
And this is a scenario that Michael Harris all year long has been big in. He has delivered so many times with men in scoring position.
Atlanta RBIs by spot in the order 1 through 3, 150. 4 through 6, 145. 7 through 9. You guys are trailing at 142. Here's your chance. Michael Harris.
And Michael Harris is hitting .350 with runners in scoring position this year. That's getting it done for a young kid.
And already with a hit tonight, he singled to right back in the Braves' second. d'Arnaud, Ozuna, and Arcia, the Braves runners, third to first. Action has begun in the Angels bullpen. That is Austin Warren. As warm as it is, it won't take him long to get loose.
He's still crow hopping. Better turn it up, get on that mound.
So Sandoval's been able to get to 2 strikes, but hasn't been able to seal the deal, but for Matt Olson, whom he struck out to start the inning.
And that's unusual for Sandoval. 2 fastballs in a row.
So his 80th pitch of the game. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Line drive, softly hit to left. It's hanging. It's going to drop. Throw to third. Safe. But he came off the bag. Harris with a blue pit to left. Ward surrounded that ball. It dropped at his feet. The Braves get 2 more runs out of it, and Arcia slid over the bag at third base, but not before the Braves score 3 times in this 3rd inning. Michael Harris comes through again with runners in scoring position, and the Braves build a big lead. Man, there's nothing better than 2 strike or 2 out hits, and the Braves have a bushel basket full of those already through 3 innings. Michael Harris, his 2nd of the night, drove in 2 more runs, and that extends the Braves lead to 5-0. So some more wiggle room for Kyle Wright now.
And you said it, Chip. 6 2-strike hits tonight already.
Kyle has allowed 3 hits in his first 3 innings. The only blemish is he struggled to get ahead of these Angels hitters so far. And Walsh with a double. now is ahead 2 balls, no strikes.
Which is surprising, Paul, because he's been so good in those 11 wins this year, getting ahead of guys.
But it's okay. 5-0 here in the 4th.
Two balls and a strike. Here it's 5-0 Braves. Padres and Mets, no score in New York, bottom of the 5th inning. The Braves have shaved 9 games off the divisional lead since May 31st. And a shot into right field. Walsh has another hit. Acuna will play that one off the fence. And Walsh has his second double of the game. Both of them have led off innings. Once in the 2nd, once here in the 4th.
I'm going to be honest. I love that play by Acuna out there. Not trying to overextend himself and cut that ball off. Just play it off the wall. Keep it simple. Give in to that double there. We've seen him earlier try to cut that ball off and almost get hurt again. So play it safe.
So the Angels with 4 hits have Jonathan Villar up. He rolled out to Austin Riley his first time.
Here's an incredible stat about Kyle Wright. I'm going to throw 2 of them at you. This year, 3 through 6 in the lineup hitters, only 1 home run in 183 at bats, and no home runs to anybody when he's ahead in the count. Simply phenomenal. Will it continue right here, BJ?
I sure hope so, buddy.
No balls, 2 strikes, 5-0 Braves in front. And that's wasted high. It's a ball and 2 strikes for Jonathan Villar, who is on his 8th major league team. He began the year, as you might recall, with the Cubs. That was a good pitch and a nice job by Villar to keep the at bat alive. A ball and 2 strikes. .50 pitches for Kyle Wright. Almost a 2-to-1 strike to ball ratio. But because of all those first pitch misses in sequences, his pace is a little slow. He hasn't really gotten rolling yet. Now he's run the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
We talked about a little extra rest over the All-Star game. Guys coming out, getting in a groove. Are people going to be able to stay hot? So he's got a little extra rest, out of rhythm, out of routine, and yet still getting it done runs wise when he's off.
You look at his pitch count right now, Park, 52. Does that concern you at all?
Yeah, it's a little high. I mean, look, he's not quite as sharp, but we've gotten so used to this all-star caliber ace-type pitcher. We're like, hey, what's wrong? He's not ahead in every count. He's not, you know.
That'll help. VR is down on strikes. That's number 3 for Kyle Wright. And to your point, you're right, Paul. His last start was July 14th. That was 9 days ago.
Yeah.
When you're used to pitching every 5 days, that's a major disruption, isn't it?
It is, especially when you're younger. Now, Charlie Morton's going to say thank you. Guys, I love the extra rest. I'm not going to get off mechanically. My rhythm is still going to be the same. But a younger pitcher doesn't always want 9 days off. Their arm may be fresher. They try to overthrow at times, and they want to stay when they're hot on that every 5th day.
So how does a young pitcher handle that all-star break? And looking back, you haven't pitched in 9 days.
It comes down to your bullpens. You're going to schedule your bullpens or dry work closer to your start so that your arm isn't 110%. And when you do that, there's a balance. You want a fresh arm. You don't want to be in pain. But sometimes if you don't throw it all or your arm is too strong, that's when you can get wild. So the timing of your bullpens are very important.
Now it's strike after strike for Kyle Wright. 3 in a row. He's got Dylan Thomas behind 0-2. Thomas swung and missed in his first trip to the plate. The Angels do not have a hit with runners in scoring position in this series. Wright will try to keep that streak alive. And there's strike 3. Boy, was that a pretty pitch. You couldn't have placed it better in the strike zone than what Kyle just threw. 2 outs.
Wow, you're facing a young hitter, a little unsure. That's too close to take with 2 strikes.
That's a changeup. That's not on the scouting report over and over like that. Especially when 0-2. That's not his normal 0-2 strikeout pitch. Nice job.
Well, Kurt Suzuki came up in this identical situation in the second. He swung at the first pitch and popped out. Swung at the first one here. That's going to trickle down the third base line, foul. And the count is 0-1. 16 years behind the plate for Kurt Suzuki. He's had a couple of appearances at first base as a major leaguer. That is some kind of Herculean effort.
Yeah, what a great guy he is, man. I remember him here in Atlanta. Always with a smile on his face.
He did great work both at and behind the plate for the Braves, then went on to Washington and won a World Series in 2019. 0-1. Line into shallow center. That's in for a base hit. And Kurt Suzuki drives home the first Angels run. It's their first hit with a runner in scoring position in the series. Jared Walsh scores. It's now 5-1.
Said it before, I'll say it again. I hated pitching against my former catchers. I always felt like they knew something on me. Inside out swing from Kurt on the sinker in, jam shot over second base.
Yeah, you can't even be mad if you're Kyle Wright. That was a really good pitch, but Suzuki getting his hands in and not trying to do too much with it. And with a man on second base, he's just trying to get that run in.
So his 11th RBI has the Angels on the board. And Brandon Marsh, the hitter, he struck out in his first trip. Another kid out of the Metro Atlanta area, out of Buford High School. Marsh with 35 RBIs and 8 home runs. That sounded like it hurt. All these major league hitters, Brian, wear the padding to protect the top of the foot and the ankle, and those foul balls always seem to miss the padded spots.
It does, and that was right off the top of his foot. And you're right, Chip. I used to try to wear one of those on my shins. One time I fouled one off. Didn't matter. I fouled it off again, and it misses the dog. It's unbelievable. So I decided, just take it off.
How'd that work out for you?
It worked out better. I didn't never fouled off another ball.
There you go. 1-1 pitch. Tapped back to the mound. Kyle Wright's got that. And the flip to first is in time. And that retires the side. The Angels score their first run. Middle of the 4th inning. It's 5-1 Atlanta.
Ford dealer. Delta Airlines. Keep climbing. And by Truist. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank.
The Braves are off to a good start, enjoying a 5-1 lead. Top of the order coming up here in the bottom of our 4th inning. The World Baseball Classic is back. Qualifying rounds for the 2023 WBC take place September 10th through October 5th in Panama City, Panama, and Regensburg, Germany. For more information, visit worldbaseballclassic.com. Patrick Sandoval is out of this game after 3 innings of 8-hit 5-run ball. The Angels go to their bullpen with right-hander Austin Warren, who was just activated from the injured list 11 days ago. He's had a couple of stints due to injury, a right triceps problem, and a nasal fracture. He missed 38 games with the nasal problem earlier this year, so only 12 games for Austin. And he'll go right to work against Acuna, Swanson, and Matt Olson.
Good slider, 2-seam, 4-seam cutter, slider, and change. Throws that slider a lot.
And there it was. Ball 1. Good night for Ronald so far. He's doubled, scored, and walked. Bears did an excellent job of wearing down Sandoval, forcing him into 80 pitches in 3 innings. And with a quick turnaround tomorrow, you'd love to go ever deeper into this Angels bullpen. As we wrap up the series, Ian Anderson and Reed Detmers will be the opposing pitchers, and we'll have all the fun here on Bally Sports.
Pretty good fastball.
It is.
Throws it only 40% of the time compared to that slider at 56%. If I'm throwing 94, 95, I'll let it eat a little more.
Especially down in the zone like those 2 fastballs were. Wow.
He thought he had Ronald struck out there. Pretty close.
I did too.
Ronald must be sitting on a slider.
I'd be swinging Ronald if it's close. Up the middle. Stefanik has it, and that throw just in time to get Ronald. There's out number 1. Dansby Swanson has scored a run tonight. That's 6 straight games for the Braves. 2-place hitter plating a run. He's also flied out to deep right field. So Dansby's 1 for 2. Braves all-star just keeps on racking up the hits. Dansby entered today's play with the 2nd most hits in Major League Baseball since May 23rd. He now has 75 of them. And hit the top of that ball foul. 0-2 your count.
Austin Warren is coming right at the hitters.
PJ, you heard Chip's numbers on Dansby. What's the biggest difference for you that you saw in his swing that turned it around?
Well, he started going to right field, keeping his hands in, taking the base hits instead of swinging for home runs. And all of a sudden, that home run swing became easy. Once he started getting his timing down, started being patient, all of a sudden you saw instant growth where now he has a zone. Before he didn't have that zone. He was swinging his sliders off the plate.
Swinging at everything.
Now he has that little zone, and if you come in that zone, he's going to do some damage. And that's been a huge difference for Dansby.
And that's the pitch he was swinging at. And it seemed too like he was trying to yank everything over the visitors bullpen here at Truist Park.
And guys, when you're struggling, you don't want to ever get 2 strikes on you. So you're swinging at a lot of pitches, swinging and missing. And that's what we saw out of Dansby early this year. A lot of strikeouts.
Well, just look at his spray chart on the center field scoreboard here tonight. That tells you about Dansby's approach and what he's been doing and trying to do tonight. His hit and his out, both to right and right center field.
And both started out 0-2.
And here he is, Brian, back to a full count.
That's when you know you're comfortable as a hitter, when you're not afraid to hit with 2 strikes, and you see the patience after getting in those 2 strike situations.
So Warren has run the count full to the Braves' second place hitter, who has a gaping hole right side, and he pulls it to the left. VR diving stop, can't corral it. Long throw, Dansby's aboard. Throw gets away and ricochets into the stands. So a hit and an error, we presume, will await the scoring. Either way you tally it, you've got a runner in scoring position for Matt Olson.
Wow, after making a good stop right there, Villar, you hate as a player, you just get up and just throw it away.
It is a hit and an E5. Villar has made 12 errors now between Chicago and Anaheim. So let's see if Matt Olson can cash that in. Olson struck out twice against Sandoval. Now a right-hand pitcher is on the hill.
And look, Dansby puts a lot of pressure on infielders. You know, you make a great play there, but he's getting out of the box. He's running hard and forces you to get rid of that ball too quick.
Got to be careful here after that inside move. Dansby may take third.
VR's way off the bag. He's got a good lead, not going. And a strike. Brian, do you like guys at second trying to steal third while you're in the box? Was that a distracting issue?
Well, me personally, yeah, it was a distraction. I'd rather you just allow me to drive you in. You know, but it depends on the game situation too. If I got a speed guy out there, if he can get to third base, I'm going to let it happen. But just don't jump back and forth because you're in my sight line of the pitcher. So I didn't like that.
And Olson 34 doubles. He's already broken the team record for doubles before the All-Star break. He is red hot trying to extend his hitting streak to 8 games. He'd love an elevated pitch to drive here. And got one and fouled it away. Our Coors Light beating the pressure feature is Matt Olson and what he does when the ball is above the belt.
Look at the slugging percentage, 733. He continues to amaze me with his batting stance, his approach, how he can get those hands in and drive that ball over the wall.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And I would imagine, guys, with all the years that Matt played with the Oakland A's, the Angels are a division rival. He should know these guys better than anybody. How much of a scouting report does a guy like Olson give his teammates in a series like this?
Oh, that's huge. I'm quite sure before the game yesterday, Ohtani was on the mound. He was talking to all the players and letting them know exactly how Ohtani pitches. And the one thing that he told Kevin Seitzer is you got to jump on a high fastball.
That was such an important stat that we showed you on hitting the baseball up. With the new metrics in the game now, so many pitchers are taught to throw that 4-seamer up, get the good spin, the good velocity. And if you struggle with that, then you're going to struggle in the game now because it's changed. It used to be you did not have to hit the baseball up. You had to cover the pitch away. You had to be able to go get the pitch down if it wasn't sinking or didn't have movement.
Paul, you're facing Matt Olson right now. You look at his hands that far out. As a pitcher, don't you think you can get inside?
Absolutely.
And that's the amazing thing about it. He's so quick in.
And he's not just swinging for the fences. Matt is a very powerful but very patient hitter too. He's got the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Matt has walked 47 times this year. That's a team high. This ball launched to center. But to the warning track is Marsh, and he makes the play. That will advance Dansby Swanson. He tags up. Matt Olson just missed, adding 2 more runs. And he makes contact, 2 out.
And that's that high fastball. Once again, you think you can get it by him. And he almost hits it out straight away center field.
You're flicking matches at gasoline.
Well, this is the guy I wouldn't want to face if I'm Warren.
There are no soft spots in the Braves lineup. Austin Riley has 2 more hits and he's scored a run. And one stat that might change for Riley if he continues this torrid pace. He's only been walked intentionally once this year.
This is where if I'm pitching, I consider walking this guy. But then you look on deck and the guy on deck's an all-star.
That's the great benefit for the Braves.
Yeah.
As I said, you really do have to pick your poison batter by batter. The Braves have now seen 103 pitches in this game. We're only in the 4th inning. And they're beginning their 3rd trip through the lineup. That was nasty. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's that good slider from Warren. He goes to a lot.
On the back of Riley's mind, he was looking slider there. Wow, I'm happy he fouled that one off. That was almost by him.
According to exit velocity and the numbers, Riley the best breaking ball hitter in the game right now.
Did it go? No, the whole Angels infield started to head for the 3rd base dugout.
Don't tell. Don't tell.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
John Bacon may not have either. He's the first base up. Pitch. Swing and a drive. Swing on the house. And Riley takes advantage.
He is just so good, guys. He's so relaxed after making adjustments with his hands and getting away with that swing. Oh, he makes you pay. That's a pitch up in the zone in. Look how he gets those hands in, get the extension. That's a bomb.
What a beautiful swing. Nevin frustrated that he didn't get the strikeout call before. I would be too. Coming in at 85, leaving Chip at 107.8.
28th home run for Austin Riley. He's 3 for 3, 63 RBIs, and the Braves have scored 7 times in the first 4 innings tonight.
Wow, Matt Olson, Austin Riley. going back and forth in RBIs. Now Austin is atop the RBI list with 63.
And when you're having the kind of year that the Angels are having, that 2-pitch sequence encapsulates everything that Phil Nevin is going through. And he is still letting John Bacon have it. He's also letting Alan Porter have it. Bacon said Riley didn't swing. On the next pitch, Austin did. That's popped into shallow left center. Ward is there and makes the catch, and that retires the side. Austin Riley has a perfect night at the plate. He just launched a mammoth 2-run homer for the Braves, who extend their lead. It is 7-1 heading to the 5th inning. Baseball presented by Truist. Ballpark rocking tonight. Atlanta has racked up 7 runs through 4 innings. Austin Riley's 2-run homer, the latest blow. And now Kyle Wright to work in the 5th inning. He'll start with the 9-1 and 2 hitters with a 6-run advantage. Get ahead and start to roll. And that's how you do that. For Michael Stefanik, the number 9 hitter who grounded out his first time up. Got some good news in New York. The Padres have taken a 2-0 lead over the Mets. Fun to scoreboard watch, isn't it? This one slowly hit to Austin. 3rd hop and a strike. 1 out. I love what Brian Snitker said in his chat with Kelly yesterday when she asked, "Are you watching the scoreboard?" He said, "Look, I say I don't, but I do."
Yeah,
we all do.
Yeah, we do.
Absolutely.
And when you see the run that this Braves team has been on, look, they were 10.5 games out of first place at one point, and they were, I think, teetering on the edge. Michael Harris came up. This team got on a roll, and now if these scores hold tonight, we'd enter play tomorrow a half game out of first place.
And I love what Snit said at the end, though. You got to handle your business, and that's exactly what the Braves are doing.
And as someone who's played for 5 different teams and went to the playoffs and played for last place teams, just like you said, Chip, it's fun to scoreboard watch. Why would I not check that out? When you're out of it, the last half of the season really loses a lot of the reasons that you play for, which is to win it all.
And how about this? Since June 1st, our exciting Atlanta Braves 34-11 versus the Mets 24-19 since June 1st.
Think about that. Mets play pretty good baseball.
Yeah.
The Braves have just played .750 baseball in that 45-game stretch. I mean, that's remarkable work. And Shohei Ohtani is up for the 3rd time tonight. This is the first visit by the Angels to Atlanta since 2014. And there is a lot to like for baseball fans of all stripes when you watch Shohei Ohtani play. He almost hit the bat boy with a foul ball, by the way, and was cringing as this jump shot almost plunked him in the helmet.
He's such a nice guy. He was so apologetic. Oh, man.
2-2 pitch. That ball is scorched. And a line drive home run for Ohtani. His 20th of the season.
How about the Braves fans giving him a standing ovation? He's a superstar, guys.
So great for the game to see players like Ohtani in our town.
5-2. Nevin's still not happy. Even when a guy hits the home run, there's the changeup, went down and got it. Line drive. Let me just say something. My goodness, that ball got out quick.
And Phil Nevin has come out of the dugout, and he's saying to John Bacon, we got one run back, but you owe us two. The check swing on Austin Riley, and the next pitch turned into the two-run homer. And Nevin finally is snapped. Quinn Walcott might have been the man that ran him first. He came down the third base line, and Nevin is still red hot. It has not been an easy year for the Angels.
Yeah.
They very surprisingly fired Joe Madden. They had that huge brawl with the Seattle Mariners. Nevin was suspended 10 games for that. And now in Atlanta, it's really been the Shohei Ohtani show in the first two games of this series, and that hasn't been enough to thwart the Braves. They lead 7-2.
And look, sometimes a manager has to do that sometimes. And might wake the team up.
Little Mike Trout sighting on the bench there.
Yeah, he's inactive. Rib inflammation. That's the other disappointing thing about this series. Again, fans in the Southeast want to see Mike Trout play as Taylor Ward is down on strikes. But the good news is that's going to change next year with the new scheduling. We will see the Angels either in Anaheim or here in Atlanta every year from here on out. And that, too, I think is going to be great for baseball.
I love the fact that they changed that rule. It was so much fun back in the day when we played everywhere around the league. Fans got to see us.
So Luis Rengifo is the batter. He's 0 for 2 in the game. Kyle's got to get through this one with the lead. It's now a 7-2 score. His pitch count is very reasonable. He's at 72 of them. And this, I think, too, guys, is a measure of the maturation of Kyle Wright. Even on a night when he doesn't have his A stuff, he's still pitching a terrific game.
I agree, and I love his body language. Last couple years when he got in jams, we saw him pace. You know, heart rate went up a little bit, and you could see that in his mechanics, and he's just so calm and relaxed. He's just making his pitches. He's not upset if he gives up a run, doesn't panic. If guys are on base, his mechanics, he doesn't rush them. He's calm and makes his pitch, and that's part of the, what you're saying, maturation process.
Two balls and a strike.
Gave up a home run on the changeup. Is he afraid to go back to it? No. Threw one right there. It was fantastic.
Deuce is wild for Rengifo, and a defensive swing. Kyle Wright just carved him up for his 6th strikeout in the game. Yeah, Ohtani hit a home run. Kyle, you've got a 5-run lead. Braves hitters coming up in the home half. 7-2 in game 2. Over 2 million in attendance tonight. You'll see the big capacity crowd on our Xfinity live look cam as the Braves go back to work in this 5th inning. They've already scored 7 runs on 10 hits. 8 of them are 2-strike hits here in game 2. Fans, show your love for historically black colleges and universities on HBCU night presented by Truist. The Braves take on the Astros in an exciting World Series rematch on Friday, August the 19th. The HBCU specialty ticket package includes a game ticket, a Braves Drum Major bobblehead, and a $3 donation to the Atlanta HBCU Alumni Alliance. Get your tickets today at braves.com/HBCU. This is Jaime Barria, who just celebrated his 26th birthday. He's the second reliever for the Angels. Warren went an inning, 2 hits, 2 runs. The controversial Riley sequence ended with a home run. Heredia hits that ball hard. Villar bobbles, kicks it, drops it, and Heredia's aboard. The baseball's looking like a porcupine for Jonathan Villar over there, man. He is having all kinds of trouble coming up with a clean handle. And Heredia starts the 5th inning successfully for the Braves offense.
Well, BJ, the ball will find you.
When it's going bad, it's going bad. That's when you're over there saying, please don't hit the ball to me. Please don't hit the ball to me.
We've talked about them missing Rendon. We've just seen it play out many times in the first couple games, both at the plate and in the field.
So Villar's made his 2nd error tonight. The first one was a throwing mistake that moved Dansby Swanson to second base. So Marcell Ozuna looks to add on. He's got an RBI hit tonight.
After his 18th home run last night, hopefully he's starting to heat up.
He tried to make it 19 right there with that swing. It's 0-2.
You made a great point, BJ, on them staying back, Ozuna and Riley on the changeups away. But then we see Riley on the hanger just lets it go. And I think that's the sign of a great hitter, knowing when to take a nice and easy swing and then knowing when to go for the downs.
Yeah, and I mean, I think Riley knew he got away with that swing. And he knew that next pitch, he better be swinging at everything. So already he's looking to be aggressive. And when you throw him a pitch up in the zone, you're making a big mistake. And Riley made him pay.
Good teams capitalize on mistakes and breaks. And Atlanta has done that since June the 1st. The 0-2 pitch is high. As I said, the Braves are playing roughly .750 winning percentage baseball, which is the best 45 game stretch in 11 years here. And think of all the great players that have worn a Braves uniform since 2011.
And that man right there is the same person when they're hot as when they're struggling and they were cold in April.
That is lined and foul. Still 1-2. And Snit was pretty consistent in his messaging. There are too many positive numbers on the backs of bubblegum cards to worry about production. Were they concerned about where they were in the standings? Yeah. Were they happy with the way the offense looked at times with the strikeouts and such? No. They flipped that script in very solid fashion. And Ozuna is out number 1. He has a 1-for-3 night. And here's Orlando Arcia. Before he bats, here's a quick word from Zaxby's.
Fried chicken salad under 600 calories with the dressing? You better believe it. Only at Zaxby's.
Orlando has struck out and walked.
Tell you what, I can't say enough nice things about Arcia. Every day, batting practice, he has a big smile on his face. And I know it has to be frustrating. You know, when Albies went down, I think he really felt like this is my position, my chance. And all of a sudden we get Goslin, we get Robinson Cano.
Ground ball hit to short. And Stefanik with a strong turn. That's a double play. And that ends the Atlanta 5th. On this game in Atlanta and this one in New York, where the Padres are trying to help the Braves out. Manny Machado just hit one into the party deck. A 2-run homer for Machado. And the Padres are beating the Mets again 2-0. That game continues in the 7th inning up at Citi Field in New York. If that score holds and the Braves win this series tonight, we'll be a half game behind the Mets in the tightening National League Eastern Division race.
It's getting exciting.
And with 12 games head to head with the Mets coming up, including a gigantic 5-game series in the first week in August, exciting, I think, is the exact word Braves fans will be using. Jared Walsh has solved Kyle Wright. Walsh out of Georgia, Kyle out of Vanderbilt. Wonder if they hooked up in college.
I was just about to say that.
Because he's had a great approach against the Braves right-hander tonight.
If I was a bet man, I would say yes. He knows what he has, and he's taking advantage of it tonight.
I know you like that swing, BJ, going the other way, nice and easy.
Absolutely, especially after crushing 2 doubles your first 2 at bats.
Putting on a little show for the pass list, that's all. We get it. What I like about Kyle Wright here, he's got the sinker, he's got the curve, can get a double play ball with the best of them.
15, in fact, this year for Kyle. He'd love one now with Jonathan Villar up. And that one way outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
I like it. Take a breath, calm down, pause. Don't try to overthrow. That was the previous Kyle Wright in the last couple years. Go back to the sinker, the curve, nice and easy, make your pitch.
There you have it, Coach.
There he did. Mechanics much more in control. Didn't fly open, relaxed. I think when you get guys on, the temptation is more. Get behind it. Let it go. When in fact you already do that if you just concentrate on hitting your spot. Your body will elevate in the big situation and you'll maintain that velocity and break on the breaking ball. Leo Mazzoni was the first coach that I had, and shout out if you're listening, Leo, who said when you get in jams, try to throw slower. No ever pitching coach in my whole life had said that to me. Try to throw slower.
Soon to be Braves Hall of Famer Leo Mazzoni. As the pitch from Wright is on the ground, slowly hit. The Braves will get 1 for sure, and a hard slide by Walsh. And the Braves force him for out number 1. Villar's aboard for Dylan Thomas, and 1 man out.
Good job getting that lead runner there.
And we will celebrate the Braves Hall of Famers with the Hall of Fame induction ceremonies on Alumni Weekend. That's next weekend here when the Diamondbacks are in town. Braves great pitching coach Leo Mazzoni, Joe Adcock, and former Braves manager Joe Torre will be inducted. Of course, Brian's looking forward to the big home run derby competition. You've got your team set.
Yes, I do.
Pep talk speech delivered.
I am ready to go, man. Ready to go.
What do you want? Underhand tosses down the middle, 4-seamers.
You know what? Put a
Belt
little speed on it.
Okay.
So I can hit it a little further.
No balls and a strike. Aren't the pitchers, Brian, supposed to supply the power?
Yes, and that's what I'm hoping for. Paul?
I'll do my best. I was never a velocity guy, but I'm going to try my best.
Perfect world for Kyle Wright. He gets through 7 innings tonight. He's pushing toward 85 pitches. He's in the lower half of the Angels lineup card. And Dylan Thomas, who has struck out twice, finds himself behind again. 1-2 your count.
I think my first pick is going to carry us. Steve Avery.
Oh, Avery can.
Oh, he can bomb.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And Dylan Thomas has the hat trick. That is 7 more strikeouts for the Angels, who have struck out more than any team in the American League this year.
Well, that's just a nasty change up here.
Curve.
What is that, curveball?
Curveball. That one didn't break as much as his other ones, but it's so late. Look at it just dive at the last minute. It's not just the break of a curveball, but it's when it happens. You'll see the same thing on a cutter, which is late, sinker, which is late. And when you extend out and finish your pitches, letting it go as late as possible, that's when you get that good action at the end of the pitch.
How about that young kid, Dylan Thomas, called up yesterday? You're facing some really good pitchers. Welcome to the big leagues.
Well, Kyle Wright in position to win this game tonight. If he does, he would lead the National League in victories. He's tied with Tony Gonsolin, who has 11 of them. And entering play today, only Justin Verlander had more wins than any other major league pitcher. And Verlander, I believe, was victorious today in Seattle, leading the Houston Astros to a win.
Wow, the old veteran just continues to mow people away, man. Wow, how good is Verlander?
Real good.
Hall of Famer, competitor.
Yes.
Not just great stuff.
Swing and a miss. Kyle Wright takes care of Kurt Suzuki. That is 8 strikeouts for Wright. He's in line to get through 7 innings, but we're not done with the 6th yet. Here come the Braves looking to add to a 7-2 lead. Kyle Wright's had to work hard tonight. He's thrown 6 innings with 8 strikeouts. We'll see if he's going to be allowed to continue. I'm guessing that's the answer.
I don't think so.
It's over.
Hey, look, save innings for when they really matter in September and perhaps October.
Yeah.
Wright's in line with a big lead, and he'll turn things over to the Atlanta bullpen and Michael Harris offensively, who is our American Family Insurance Dream Fearlessly featured player of the game.
368 in his last 6 games. And look, he went through a period there where he went 1 for 18. He was struggling a little bit. But, man, he is back, folks.
There's a laser beam hit to second on the first pitch, and that ends Michael's perfect night, though. He's 2 for 3 and 2 RBIs.
When I see a young player come up as a pitcher, I'm evaluating what is their weaknesses and how soon are they going to figure that out. Like Riley, when he first came up, he struggled with breaking balls, could hit the fastball. All of a sudden, I know he's going to get a steady diet of breaking balls, and we saw his average go down. He ended up sitting on the bench, had a great attitude about it, learned, has gotten better. This guy, Michael Harris, I don't know that I've really seen a lot of weaknesses in his swing.
To short, Ronald flying down the line. He's out by a step. 2 pitches, 2 outs.
Well, how about this offense tonight, guys? 8 2-strike hits, 7 2-strike RBIs, and 5 2-out RBIs. Talking about hitting in the clutch, getting it done. Well, that's what builds championship teams.
And again, to the point that we made about the runs scored last night being from 8 different players, it's not just one guy getting all the 2-out hits or one guy getting all the 2-strike hits. It's up and down this Braves lineup. And that's what makes this starting 9 so difficult to face. There is not a consistent or lengthy weak spot where a pitcher can go to have, and I hate to use the term easy inning, but let's just say an easier time than he would elsewhere in the starting lineup. And the Angels found that out here tonight.
And I love Dansby's approach. That's a hitter's count right there, 2-0. But he's feeling so comfortable and trusting his hands, he can take that pitch.
This one popped up into right field. Thomas is going to come on. And there is a very quick 1-2-3. Atlanta's 6th inning. First time the Braves have been retired in order tonight. We head to the 7th.
This big league stage here tonight. Of course, Braves fans very familiar with Michael Harris and Stockbridge High School, but leading off for the Angels this evening, Brandon Marsh went to Buford High School, and actually they would have crossed paths about the same time. Brandon just 3 years older than Michael, so I thought a pretty pro move hearing Harris tell me this afternoon that he came up to him, kind of shook his hand yesterday, introduced himself and said, hey man, you know, I'm really proud to see you on this stage. And for Brandon, this has been a series. He has been circling guys for some time. A huge group of family and friends in the Chop House here tonight. He did say he pulled the veteran move as far as friends and acquaintances. They were getting tickets on their own, okay? But mom, sister, he took care of them. And certainly an emotional game for him too. Chip, I know you mentioned it earlier, but this is a guy who, this is his first time playing back in the state of Georgia since he played in high school and lost his father a year ago after a long battle with cancer. So I think for his mom, his sister, all of them tonight, to see him here in this big league jersey in his home state, something else for that family.
Something else indeed, Kelly. Great report. And Marsh will be taken down with a left-hander on the mound. Tyler Matzik will face Joe Adell. Matzik is back from his shoulder inflammation issues, and he's been excellent, as has been the Braves bullpen all month long. Heck, all season long, quite frankly. Braves relief corps at 2.82 ERA this month.
I like the numbers, but I really like the fact that he is healthy now, and that sore arm feels good. Shoulder better, as you mentioned, and he has eased back in, but the breaking balls looked good, and when he's finished the next day, he's felt good. All signs that arm is recovering. We used him a lot at the end of the year last year, BJ, and it's nice to see him get a little bit of rest, and that should carry through in the second half.
Yeah, I remember watching him in spring training. I felt like he had a dead arm after throwing so much in the World Series playoffs. But it's good to see him back. The velocity has picked up since his first start. Well, first time out of the bullpen. Seems like he is back to himself.
And this may sound strange, but I would guess this is, Paul, from a pitching standpoint, his mid-April, early May.
Yes. Right? Yes.
Adell skies one right at Michael. He'll handle that can of corn for the first out. And with one away, we enjoy a quick message from Delta.
Delta, proud to be the official airline of the 2021 World Champion Atlanta Braves.
42,000 plus tonight at Truist Park, 5th largest crowd in the history of the stadium, I believe we were told. Another sellout. The Braves have gone over 2 million paying fans so far this year. Michael Stefanik is the hitter and was a little late.
You see how easy Matzik throws the ball? That's another thing I really like. He's not working so hard. He's not max effort. Another good sign of staying healthy and being easy on the arm. And the ball just jumps at 95.
His strikeout of Mookie Betts in the playoffs last year, one of the great indelible moments in Braves baseball history. Preseason, postseason, regular season, doesn't matter. It was raw emotion and just great stuff.
I don't know that I've ever heard a stadium louder than in that moment. I mean, everybody jumping up and down. It was almost like a small earthquake.
Yeah, I think that play right there, striking out Mookie Betts, will live forever when the World Series rolls around every year. One of the great moments.
And when you factor in what Tyler Matzik has gone through personally and professionally to get to a moment like that, it made it even sweeter for those who know him and appreciate what he does, as that's cut on and missed. Stefanik is down on strikes. 9 Angels have whiffed in the first 6 2/3 innings here in game 2.
Nice curve. Look at the 12-6 rotation from the left side.
Tough pitch when you just blew 94 by him.
So here's Ohtani. He's got 2 hits. I didn't get the exit velocity on his 5th inning home run.
Oh, man.
But it was a screaming Mimi over the grass into the chop house seats. I'm told it was 110 miles an hour off the bat, and it got out of here in the blink of an eye.
And then Phil Nevin got thrown out of the game. Have you ever seen that, Chip? Your guy hits a home run, you get thrown out of the game. Talking about something the previous inning.
And he was mad that Riley wasn't rung up on a check swing. It looked like Austin swung. And the very next pitch, Riley hit a 2-run homer. And Nevin, after the Ohtani home run, came out pointing at John Bacon saying, "You owe us one more." 2-0 the count. And this one lifted softly into left. And Guillermo Heredia is there. He's got it. And Matzik, a 1-2-3 7th inning. It's time to stretch in Atlanta. Braves enjoy a big lead, 7-2 your score. It's also time for the stretch. It's presented by our friends at Georgia Natural Gas. Here's Trevor on the battery stage. Trevor.
The stretch is brought to you by Georgia Natural Gas. Live the greener life.
Welcome into the stretch presented by Georgia Natural Gas. Trevor Scales, Nick Green, Peter Moreland outside kicking it on the battery. And to say that the Braves love lefties would be the understatement of the season. 23-9, they are entering today's contest well on their way to 24-9. Nick, they have been hitting the dog crap out of the ball when it comes to left-handed pitchers.
Yeah, they have, and it's crazy because lefties now at this day and age throw hard, they throw inside, they have different stuff than they used to have. And today we saw it. Now you're able to cover both parts of the plate. These guys are covering inside with that slider. They were covering away with a changeup. And when you're making mistakes up in the zone, it just seems like it's easier for these guys to stay in and barrel the ball up a little bit more. But the success against lefties has been absolutely crazy, Peter.
Do you remember a time when we used to struggle against left-handed pitching?
Yes.
There was a time when the Braves couldn't score against left-handed pitching. Clearly they've turned that around. But I feel at this point of the season, it doesn't matter who you throw at us. Take a look at these numbers right here versus left-handed pitchers. Look at where we rank. OPS, doubles, home runs, hard hit rate, 2nd and 3rd in all those. That's obviously good any way you spin it.
To your point, Peter, they started 5-6 against lefties and then rattled off 18 out of 21 games in the winning column on that side of things. Let's get you back to some more Braves baseball after a quick word from our friends at Georgia Natural Gas.
Ready to play ball with a new gas company? Georgia Natural Gas knocks it out of the park with simple service and great rates. And when it comes to helping the environment, GNG's Greener Life program makes it as easy as paying your gas bill. Sign up with a home team today at GNG.com.
Great job with the stretch, fellas. 7-2 is your score. The Braves are on their way to winning this series. They've got to get 6 more defensive outs. Angels make a couple of changes in their outfield. Thomas, Ward, and Adele left to right as the Braves come up in the home 7th. Matt Olson, Austin Riley, and Travis d'Arnaud, the trio up for Brian Snitker and the Braves. There's Dylan Thomas, as we told you. Taylor Ward moves from left to center, and Joe Adele, who just pinch hit, will take over in right field. Let's see if Olson can extend his hitting streak. It's at 7 and counting. He's 0 for 3 in game 2 tonight. Jaime Barria gets ahead with strike 1. He's thrown a couple of scoreless innings. He's allowed just 1 base runner. That thanks to a VR error at third base. It's conked out of play to the left. It's 0-2. Austin Riley waits on deck. He's 3 for 3. He and Olson roasting hot at the 3-4 spots in the Braves batting order. And that one corked toward left. Long run. Thomas can't get it. That's off the base of the wall. Matt Olson keeps his hitting streak alive. Double number 35. He's hit safely now in 8 consecutive games.
And that's when he's going good, guys. Driving the ball the other way. Boy, he had some backspin on that ball.
He did.
Just rose over Thomas' head out in left field.
You saw how he got under the baseball right there on that swing, creating that backspin, and the ball just kept going.
Kept that front shoulder in, down. Wow.
Braves have 11 hits in this game. 9 of them have come with 2 strikes. Remarkable. Here's Riley. Career high hitting streak is at 15 now, and he swings at the first one and pops it up. And Adell, oh, it's off his chest, and Stefanik handles the ricochet.
Oh, my.
What a lucky bounce for the Angels.
What's that, a F96?
I don't know. My goodness.
It's a 9-4. Watch. Adell muffed it, hit him right in the collarbone, and Stefanik made the basket catch for our T-Mobile coverage cam play of the game. Wow.
Man, totally whiffed on that ball.
That's the old hacky sack move.
That had to hurt, though, off the collarbone.
Nah, he's young. Built.
Whew.
So a huge break for the Angels, but not a clean play, and that's been a problem for them in this game. A couple of errors, that misplay, had some issues defensively last night too. There's a lot for Phil Nevin to try to clean up, as they will move to Kansas City for a set with the Royals after our game here tomorrow. The pitch is lifted to right. Let's see if Adell can get leather on this one. He calls for the fair catch and makes the play for out number 2. Fans, get your phones ready to scan the Coors Light Check Into Chill QR code. That is coming up soon. And Guillermo Heredia is coming up. Guillermo got put in the lineup after Adam Duvall injured his wrist somehow in the first inning. A left wrist issue took him out of the game. We'll get more on Braves Live when we hear from Brian Snitker after game 2. But give Heredia credit. His first at bats in 3 weeks to the day. He's hit the ball hard twice.
Wow, he hit a bullet right center field gap. And Dylan Thomas made a great play on it.
Little pop, and Stefanik will handle that one cleanly. No runs, a hit, a man left. To the 8th we go in Atlanta.
Braves Baseball is brought to you by Landmark Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Georgia Natural Gas, live the greener life, and by the All-South Highway Safety Team. Play it safe, slow down.
All Braves in game 2. 7-2 is your score. 9 two-strike hits for Atlanta tonight. Braves fans, take out your phone, scan this QR code on your screen for a chance to check into chill. Coors Light's pricing out the ultimate Braves experience by treating you and a guest to a Coors Light decorated hotel room located in the Battery, Atlanta, and tickets to a game. Tyler Matzek, a perfect inning. Now it's A.J. Minter's turn to stay tuned up. He'll go to work in the 8th inning with Taylor Ward getting things started. Matzek, Minter, and Jansen's not a shabby trio to think about at the end of the ball game. Don't know if we'll see Kenley. It is a 5-run lead, but remember, it's been a while for him since he's pitched. And that's the age-old problem that managers discuss all the time, Brian. Rest versus rust for the guys that you use every day or every other day out of a major league bullpen.
Yeah, and you look at the starting rotation, you look at Wright going 89 pitches tonight. I thought that was the right thing to do because you got to get these guys on the mound. Madzik, Minter, after the 4-day rest on the All-Star break.
It's funny, you were talking about Kyle Wright, how he was just struggling, and yet 6 innings, 2 runs. He's been fantastic. Talked about the rotation. He's got a number of aces in that rotation. Same thing in that bullpen. You're running out a bunch of closers late in the game, and it just really doesn't matter. Everybody's doing the job.
One ball, 2 strikes. Padres and Mets in the bottom of the 8th inning. San Diego leads it 2-0. Here it's 7-2. Braves over the Angels. Broken bat. Late break by Minter. Race to the bag, and he's gonna get there in time. Great job by A.J. Minter, who really had to hustle. Looked like, Paul, his follow-through carried him to the third base side of the mound.
Well, you watch where this ball is. Matt Olson is so good and covers so much range. He's over by the second base spot. That's why you run your pulls in the outfield, BJ. Get those legs going, AJ.
That's right, baby. I like it. Minter running a track meet over there.
And a good mound visit by d'Arnaud that gives Minter a few more moments to catch his breath. The other thing I like about the way Matt does that play at first base, he's not lobbing the ball. It's got some juice behind it. It's almost on a line.
You don't want to be running full speed as a pitcher and have to catch the ball as you touch the base. You want to get the ball early in your glove. That way you can look down and look at the base and touch it with your foot. That's why you throw it hard. Get me the baseball early. That's what Olson did.
So Rengifo is up. Braves have cooled him off to this point. He is 0 for 3 in the game.
I love the timeout call by d'Arnaud. You pitchers tend to get really tired when you got to sprint.
We run more than anybody on the team, BJ. You know this.
No, you're right. You're right.
But you know, you talked about the home run contest. When you swing hard and you swing hard, and next thing you know, man, you're sucking wind. You're struggling. And same thing when you pitch. When you throw hard slider, hard fastball, you're throwing 97 over and over. Next thing you know, you throw 14, 15 pitches an inning. It's tiring. So to mix in a big sprint in that situation, you're absolutely right. Catcher goes out, laughs, gives him a little breather.
No, my hat go off to you pitchers because you run an awful lot. I used to just sit in the dugout and I just say, man, look at those guys.
That's coming from a strong safety in the NFL, too.
That's right.
They're going to throw you out of the hitters union. You keep talking like that, Brian. Foul back. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Got to give credit where credit's due sometimes.
The 1-2 pitch is inside the bag, fair. Rengifo makes contact. Acuna got to it quickly, but not fast enough to prevent Rengifo from standing at second with a 1-out double. He has 9 of those on the season. And the 8th inning continues for the Angels and Jared Walsh.
It's a real good pitch right there. Give credit where credit is due. Luis just putting the ball in play down the line. Great job by Acuna, though. Playing that ball off the padding.
Their sign's not as good as ours. I like the slash.
Well, let's see if Minter can solve Jared Walsh. He was 3 for 3 against Kyle Wright tonight. 2 doubles, a single, and one of the 2 Angels runs. One ball, one strike. They go to the 9th inning in New York. San Diego 2, Mets nothing. We are in the 8th in Atlanta. You know, our score is on the board up at Citi Field. The Braves have a 5-run advantage.
About the Cubbies. Another win over the Phillies tonight.
That's who we run into starting on Monday. Haven't gotten the pitching matchups for that 3-game series, at least from the Phillies side of things. We know that Max Fried and Spencer Strider will be the first 2 in line, and then Charlie Morton will wrap it up. So again, it could be a very productive night for the Braves if they can finish off the Angels.
Excited to see Strider in the second half. Give him 8-9 days off, BJ. He may be throwing 105.
And our great stat man Hal Galima, Dr. No, tells us Zach Wheeler went tonight, so we'll miss him in that series. And strike 3 paints the outside corner. Walsh's perfect night is done. Perfect pitch from A.J. Minter.
And now a quick message from Landmark.
Hi friends, I'm Chip Carey, in between innings for Landmark More. Landmark's hitting it out of the park every day. That's why they're #1, because nobody beats the Giant. Nobody.
Here's Jonathan VR. He is 0 for 3. Switch hitter turns around and bats right-handed against the left-hand pitching A.J. Minter. That is some serious cheese.
Up and in on a right-hander. That's a tough pitch to handle.
So that's a protest right there as a pitcher. When you let one fly like that, that means that you thought it was too late. You had already begun into your mechanics and motion. And quite frankly, once you start your arm, you don't want anybody to stop that.
Well, they're even tonight. The Angels pitcher had to deal with one. The Braves pitchers had to deal with one. No balls. 1 strike. Now AJ has him at his mercy. Quickly ahead 0-2. Braves are looking to get to 20 games over 500 tonight. Rengifo leads at second, and the 0-2 pitch. Almost got a chase out of it.
Well, Paul, I got to ask you the question. Will we see Jansen in the next inning?
That's a great question.
I almost think you have to throw him.
You have a day game tomorrow, early. So I would, if I'm the manager, I leave that up to Kenley. But he's another veteran who may not need to throw to stay sharp.
Minter got ahead 0-2, has missed with the last 3 pitches, and now faces a full count.
I've talked to Kenley before where he said, when I have that extra rest, I don't try to be too fine. A lot of times I'll try to throw the ball down the middle. That's how talented he is with that late cutter and that late action. It is still very, very good.
The payoff pitch. Now with Minter up to 20 pitches, I'm guessing he would be unavailable tomorrow. That's something managers factor in. Pitch count, workload, stress. I think Brian does an excellent job with Rick Kranitz of managing this bullpen. Remember, Kenley Jansen was out for a couple of weeks, and it was Minter and Will Smith who stepped into the closer's role in alternating opportunities. And both had a big hand in the Braves' 34-11 acceleration in the division. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. 2 strikeouts for A.J. Minter. We go to the home 8th.
Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by the GMC Sierra heavy-duty truck and by Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi. Unbeatable internet, only from Xfinity. Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. The Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day. And by CarShield. CarShield cars go further.
Great night for Kyle Wright. His first game back since the All-Star break. He's in line to win his 12th game. He would be the National League's win leader. The Braves can get 3 more outs. Chip, Paul, BJ, great to have you guys upstairs for what's been an excellently played game by the Braves here in Game 2 against the Angels. Wright started it. The bullpen's been great, and the offense, again, with 2 outs and 2 strikes, is unrelenting.
Look, Kyle Wright was terrific. You know, we didn't know how he was going to respond after 9 days off, but he showed it. He grinded out 6 innings, 89 pitches, 62 strikes. He got it done, and this offense continues to swing a hot bat.
You're absolutely right. And in broadcasting, a lot of times when you make a mistake, the rule is you don't draw attention to it. But sometimes it's so bad, BJ, that you have to address it. Such is the case with my shirt that I got from Untuck It. That BJ told me I only needed a large, so I got it in out of the mail. I ironed it. I put it on a hanger. I came over to the park today, and this is the result. And it's not easy to broadcast in a straitjacket, is all I'm saying.
I was trying to motivate you. That you were talking about, you know, getting some sit-ups in and working out. That's what I was motivating you.
God, man, I just got ambushed. Is that what you call it, Chip? I got ambushed with this shirt choice, and I'm thinking, of course, I can just wear my jacket and power through. Nobody will know. But I've had trouble breathing this entire broadcast, and then Gretchen puts me on for a full half inning with Richard Sneed, and I'm told, well, it's kind of blown up on Twitter.
I can tell you your buttons are screaming right now.
Yep.
Wow. Testing the limits of polyester in a major league game.
This is
it's extra medium. It's not large. It's extra medium, right, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, he got the slim cut.
Oh. Yes.
That's what happened.
I was trusting you.
You should have got the regular cut, not the slim.
You were the best dressed man consistently on this broadcast. So when I go to you, I'm trusting you.
Know your body. And know your body.
Now I know. Don't get slim fit.
2 balls, 2 strikes for Orlando Arcia. And that's popped out of play. Foul. In the Angels' 9th inning, Thomas, Suzuki, and Joe Adell will be coming up.
Look, if I'm Phil Nevin, I'm looking at Berea and saying we might have to move him in the starting rotation. This is his 4th inning. He looks terrific.
He's only given up 1 hit.
Yeah.
He's done an excellent job for the Angels, saving the rest of their bullpen. As that's off the plate. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And that is downstairs. Ball 4. Orlando Arcia walks for the 2nd time tonight. Berea pitching well, but issues a walk. And as Michael Harris steps in, here's a quick word from Truist.
Jessica was born to care.
That's my best friend. She don't need no. Miss Hogan's class? It's Atlantis.
Today, she's a teammate at Truist, the bank that starts with care.
Great night for Michael. 2 hits, 2 RBIs. So he has a 4-game hit streak that he'll take into play tomorrow. That's tipped and caught by Kurt Suzuki. I'm going to try to catch up with Kurt tomorrow and say hello.
Yeah, me too. Yep.
Great guy. Talked to him today. Always smiling, loves the game. Veteran. A lot of guys go to him.
I wonder if Kurt wants to coach or manage when his playing days are done. I don't know when he's going to stop playing. As this one's on the ground to first. Nice pick. Throw to second. 1. Pitcher covers the bag at first, but never got the foot to the pillow. And Harris will reach with 2 men out, and that'll bring up Ronald Acuna Jr. Game 3 of the series is tomorrow. That's our pitcher comparison brought to you by our friends at Landmark. Ian Anderson, guys, has been on a nice roll in his last couple of starts.
You're absolutely right. And this is the guy that you see the high ERA, but it really doesn't matter. It matters if you're hot at the right time. He has been excellent. We showed you all the numbers earlier of the Braves starters in July. He is coming around just like everybody else. There's no weakness in this rotation, so forget about that high ERA. He's a much better pitcher than that number, and I'm excited for his second half as well.
Ronald has a double and a walk and scored a 1st inning run for the Braves. And Atlanta has done such a good job when they score the 1st run with this pitching staff. You score early, it's tough to come back on them. The Braves entering play today 42-7 when they score the 1st runs in the game. And they're about to make it 43-7 with 3 more outs to get. The Padres have 1 more out to get in New York, holding a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the 9th inning. Here it's 7-2 with Acuna 1 for 3 in the game. Harris has a huge lead. Mentioned Michael 10 out of 10 in stolen bases. That 10 for 10 start as a Braves base stealer, most ever consecutive stolen base attempts without being caught of any base stealer in the team's history.
Wow.
To start his career.
And when he first came up, they held him back from running. I remember talking to EY about that, and he was like, well, you know, he's just coming up. They want him to adjust. Man, come on, with that speed.
But it's got to be tough. With Acuna in the batter's box following you, you've really got to pick your spots.
Right.
And Michael's done excellent work there as Ronald way ahead, 3 balls and a strike.
Well, they found out pretty quickly, Chip. Let him pick his spots when he wants to run. He is that good.
And he'll be going here with a full count.
Love to see Acuna hit one in the gap and watch Michael Harris fly around the bases.
So a huge lead for Harris at first. Walsh plays behind him. Ronald does a little groundskeeping work in the right-hand batter's box. Jaime Barria trying to complete his 4th relief inning tonight. There goes Michael. The pitch is out of play, foul. Runner goes, and that was tipped and caught by Suzuki, and that will send us to the 9th inning. Braves 7, Angels 2. And it was a monster home run from Austin Riley. Let's check out the metrics on our StatCast feature presented by Google Cloud.
415 feet, guys. Man, when you get a second chance, you take advantage of it, and Austin Riley did just that. Got a pitch up in the zone, got some extension, and crushed it.
So our answer has been given. Kenley Jansen won't pitch tonight. It will be Jesse Chavez. He was a former Angel back in 2017. But tonight, he's our Bank of America Impressive Tools feature. That's what he's done with the Braves this year. Remember, he was acquired from the Cubs in late April for Sean Newcomb.
When I asked pitching coach Rick Kranich your biggest surprise of the first half out of the bullpen, and you had so many choices, and this was his pick. A pleasant surprise getting Jesse back. Said he wasn't throwing very important innings in Chicago, so to get him back and have him give the performance that he's given has made everybody else's arm a little fresher down there. The little things.
I love when he comes in the game because he gets the ball, gets on that mound, and he throws strikes.
The Mets have scored a run and continue to hit in the 9th inning. 1st and 3rd with 2 outs. It's a 2-1 score. Here Dylan Thomas makes some contact after striking out his first 3 times. Another good play by Matt Olson, and that's the first out here in the 9th inning. And Kurt Suzuki's coming up. Kurt's 1 for 3 with an RBI single. 11 RBIs for the former Brave, who finished his Atlanta career with 100 RBIs on the button in his 2 seasons here. This one on the knuckles and out to short. That should be easy for Swanson. It is, and Chavez 1 out away from a Brave series win. And Joe Adell is the final hope. He lined out to center. Braves Live presented by Xfinity's coming up after Jesse Chavez gets the 27th out. When we wake up tomorrow, an Atlanta Brave will be the National League's pitching wins leader. Kyle Wright is an out away from going 12-4. What a turnaround for a young Brave. And now this sellout crowd will rise as one. We're a strike away. Everybody's booing John Bacon, the first base umpire, tonight, by the way. And he'll be behind the plate tomorrow. The pitch is outside. It's 2-2. Jesse ready. The payoff pitch. Struck him out. That's your ball game. Braves win the series. They win the game. Riley a huge hit. And Kyle Wright awesome. And the best news, we're a half game back. The Padres just beat the Mets 2-1.
How about Kyle Wright tonight? National League wins leader with 12. Grinded out 6 innings, 89 pitches, 62 strikes, getting it done. Good performance by him, but this offense, Paul, continues to deliver in the clutch. With 2 outs, 2 strikes, they find a way.
I know Chip said it the other day, sometimes you don't want rest when you're going well. And would we start out the second half hot like we finished the end of the first half? I think we've answered those questions. This team is staying hot. Everyone clicking, the pitching, the hitting, the bullpen. Everything is excellent.
Matt Olson and company enjoy a series win. 7-2 the final score. Kyle Wright 12-4. Sandoval falls to 3-6. Another huge crowd in Atlanta saw the Braves attendance mark rise over 2 million for the world champions. Great night all around. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Quick turnaround tomorrow. Join us at 1 o'clock Eastern on Bally Sports for the series wrap up. Ian Anderson will face Reed Detmers, and all the fun will come your way here from Truist Park. For Kelly Kroll, for Brian Jordan, and a very stretchy shirted Paul Bird, I'm Chip Carey. Thank you for joining us. Braves Live, presented by Xfinity, is coming up next.